Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Jen Sugarmeyer, your host of Mindset in the Morning. And I am so excited because this channel is growing. This is a movement of intentionality with our minds. All of the magic that happens in your life is right here. And that's what we're talking about, is how to engage the 6 inches in between your ears so that as life is crazy and maybe falling apart and you turn on the news, or you go to your job, or you drive on the road, or you come home to your family, or you get together with friends and things seem a little out of place, that you can place it all back together in your mind. So this is more than just mindset in the morning, something really nice, but us becoming intentional about how we want to show up in the world. And by show up, I mean, who is the person that you want to be? I say often, life is happening to you, or you are happening to life. And if life is happening to you, then whatever comes your way, you are just dealing with whatever emotions you want to feel, whatever reaction you want to have. That's when life is happening to you, but you don't have to feel that way. And to be quite honest, when life is happening to us, usually that's when we are in a state of just unhappiness. I call it suffering. You can call it whatever you want, but I call it states of suffering, where we're upset, or we're angry, or we're frustrated. And if we asked ourselves, hey, is this how you want to feel? No, nobody wakes up and gets out of bed and is like, today I'm going to be really resentful. I'm going to hate all the people. I mean, we don't really choose to feel this way, do we? And yet so often we're in these states of being. Where would we rather be? Well, we'd rather have peace and joy and kindness and happiness. And wait, these are the fruits of the spirit, aren't they? We'd rather have that clarity, that flow. And yet, a lot of times we find ourselves in the state of suffering. So that's why it's so important for us to understand how to engage the mind, because we don't want to be there. And we don't need to. That's the truth. I was in a state of suffering for many, many, many years. It took me 35 years to figure out that all of the magic happens in the mind. So now I get up at 4:45 every single morning, and I go on at 6 a.m. so that we can talk about it here. And I'm so grateful that this channel is growing. So thank you so much for your support. We are here 5 days a week. So if you have not had a chance to subscribe, please hit that subscribe button, because this is a movement. We're here 5 days a week talking about all good things. And not only are we here 5 days a week, but you are welcome to write into the show and ask different questions. We'll do coaching, whether it be for a specific situation or just a general topic. And today we got to write in. So we are going to talk about rejection. Even that word, it's not like, I don't know, is that a nice word or not a nice word? I don't know. There's just something about like rejection. It just doesn't sound, I don't know. It doesn't sound that happy, but it's all in how we see it. So someone wrote in, and she's been applying for jobs at different, around town. And she's actually sent the exact one. And I'm sure we've all had this. If you've ever applied for a job, you may have only applied for one job and you got it. And if that's the case, congratulations. But sometimes it takes more than one job. And I think now with COVID and everything that's going on in the world, with companies downsizing, now they're rehiring, and it's just a lot of things that are happening in the workforce. Probably a lot of us, myself included, have seen these letters. And this is the notification from the company that she had applied for. Thank you for the interest in such and such company. Unfortunately, we will not be moving forward with your application, but we appreciate your time and interest. Thank you, but try again. Goodbye. And that's what that sounds like. How many of us have received those letters? 100%. I can say that I have. I have received many of those. In fact, applying for jobs it can be a very long and lengthy process. And Sometimes you can just go out on a search, like, or go out on a like Indeed or maybe monster.com, and you apply through those websites. And sometimes you have to go through the actual employee website, and you have all these questions to fill out. So it's not just sending your resume over, but you spend all this time creating your password, logging in, creating your profile, putting in your referrals, and you spend all this time, and then you get the thank you, but no thank you. Unfortunately, we are not hiring you, but best of luck in your life. So the question posed to me was, how do you deal with these situations, which feels like rejection? Well, here we go. And it's just as plain as simple as this. You weren't supposed to have that job. You weren't. It's so easy for us to get fixated in our mind that this is supposed to be it. Okay. Or maybe not this, but one of them. And we keep getting these no, no, no. And we have in our mind that this was supposed to be it. This was supposed to be it, or one of these had to be it. Certainly something, anything is going to start happening. When I worked in corporate, the last job that I had, I was leading this global contract and procurement team. And this is one of those things that I learned about myself because of people's reactions. I'm very forthcoming, and my filter is very small. And when I talk with individuals, I might not let them know everything, but I let them know enough. And the response that I've received is, thank you so much for your transparency. A lot of people aren't like this. And so it's something that people actually appreciated. So what would I tell some of these companies? Well, depending on what the situation is, there were some of my friends that wanted to do business with the company I worked for. And I told them outright, look, I respect your business. I respect you as an individual. This is not the right place for you to work. No, Jen, but I want the opportunity to work with your company. No, you don't. No, you don't. But why? Because we don't pay our vendors, or we pay them, but not in 90 days. And the truth is that there's often a supply, or there's multiple layers of who gets paid. So if I don't pay you in 90 days, let's say it's for staffing. If I don't pay you and you're paying the employee, well, you need to pay the employee every week, every other week, whatever the frequency is. So unless you have that cash reserve to pay the employee, if you are waiting on my company, if you're waiting on me, and I'm telling you that this company isn't going to pay you for 90 days, is that something that your company can absorb the difference in time? Oh, I never thought about it that way. So I could have just told you no, or I went through sometimes, if they were good friends of mine, like, look, this isn't the right place. I'm going to be honest. They're not going to pay you in time. Are you even going to be able to pay your people, pay whomever you have to pay your employees, pay whomever? Are you going to be able to take care of your business based off of our business decisions? And I saw it all the time. I worked for that company for years. And okay, we're not paying vendors this month. What? And I would never get notified when this was happening. I usually found out from the vendors, hey, we haven't gotten paid. And I'm like, oh, this again. So then when I had, when there was a company that I really respected, and not that if we worked together, I didn't respect you, but I knew that there were some industries like staffing or if the company was small enough and they didn't have the cash reserves, I'm like, this isn't going to work for you. It's just not. I had a friend of mine. She was like, I really want to come work for your company. I was like, no, you don't. But I'm so tired of my current company. I'm like, yeah, but the grass isn't always greener. Yeah, but Jen, you work there. I'm like, yeah, but this isn't my final. I know I've got another plan. And I did, and I'm doing it. So sometimes people or companies can see things that you can't. Now, when you're applying for these jobs, these people aren't like, oh, I personally know you. I think only once or twice did I run across a resume when I was hiring that I'm like, oh, I actually know this person. I mean, it maybe a couple more times than that. But I mean, if you live in a big city, I mean, it's very unlikely that the company is going to know you specifically. But they may have a position that's posted out online that's already filled, but it's part of the protocol for them to post it. Legally, they have to post it so that they're not playing favorites with somebody internally. I couldn't tell you what the percentage is, but I know because I've had people that I've hired before or within the companies I've worked for. And they're like, well, hold on. We need to have the position open and it needs to be open for X amount of days. And then, so it's just these steps that companies go through. So you may be applying for a job that's not real. I hate to say that, but it's true. There may be somebody internally that is already slotted for that. Or you may know somebody that's very qualified. So you had to open up a job and that person legitimately had to apply for the job. But when the job opened, everybody else saw it and started applying too. That's just how it is. I also believe that my higher power has a much bigger view of everything that's going on. And we see what's here. Maybe we see what's here, maybe even out as far as here. But the truth is, we can't see the full design of our life. And sometimes we want something so badly. Garth Brooks sings about it in his song, Unanswered Prayers. And the point of the song, he says, thank you for unanswered prayers, because he was praying for this woman, the love of his life. He said, I want her, please. I'll do anything. Give me this woman. And it didn't work out. And the whole song is dedicated for thank you for not answering my prayer of wanting this woman, because I found this woman, and this woman is the love of my life. She is my soulmate. She is my everything. I know I wanted this, but I didn't know this existed. I didn't know this other person was out there, and this was my person. So thank you. Sometimes we get so fixated on this thing that we want, but you don't know what else is out there. This is, in a sense, very similar to this idea of failure, which we've talked about multiple times. Happy to do another talk on it. But failure, I stopped failing a few years ago. I was like, oh, no thanks. I don't need to do that. So I stopped failing. That was it. I said everything is either a life lesson or it's a course correction. And you may be trying to drive down a path and drive down a path and drive down a path, and you're getting no, 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 no. Maybe you're supposed to be on a different path. Or maybe you just haven't hit that right one yet. I don't know. I don't know what it looks like for you. But when we put our time and attention and energy into something, we're invested. What if we disassociated ourselves with the outcome? If we said, look, I'm going to do this, but however the outcome, I trust that the world is working for me. And if I'm supposed to get this, I will get this. And if not, then I wasn't supposed to get this. What if we started celebrating the no's because it got us closer to the yeses? Thomas Edison, who made the light bulb, he said, I didn't fail. I found 10,000 ways not to build a light bulb. He found 10,000 ways that wasn't going to work. And he kept going and he found that one. He also had his lab burned down one day, just gone. It's like millions of dollars. All your work, all your efforts, incinerated, gone. You know what he did? You know what he did? He got up the next day and he started rebuilding. He disassociated with the outcome. He said, no, I have a purpose. I have a reason. I'm here for more than just ashes. I'm here for more than just not figuring out how to do this light bulb. I am going to create light. We are going to get away from this whole candle system, which maybe that's what made his, maybe that drove him harder because candles burned down his lab. I have no idea. But he was so determined that he was going to find the solution that he woke up the next day and he just started rebuilding. Let's not get so invested in the results, the outcome, because we don't know what is actually designed for our lives. And it's hard. It's hard because, we just want to make money. We're so tired of not having money, or we just want to be in a relationship. We're so tired of being alone, or we just want whatever it is because we're so tired of whatever we have. So we're approaching things with this lack in our life, saying, we don't have it. We don't have it. I need it. I want it. I need it. I want it. I need it. I want it. What if we started focusing on ourselves and saying, let's make ourselves full and whole. Let's really love ourselves for who we are and appreciate ourselves for all the things that we do, that we have, that we are. And we approached these situations and said, you will be a much better company for having me. You will be a much better person for having me in your life. And if these things don't appreciate you, why would you want them in your space? Why would you want to give of your beautiful self to them? It's not the right fit. It's not. The universe is telling you this, and we need to just say, thank you, universe. That's just one more way that the light bulb is not going to exist. This is in no way a reflection of you. This is the universe telling you, hey, I'm working for you, and this isn't it. It's not the right fit. Keep trying. You've got this. So I hope you find that helpful. Again, we are here 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, but this is YouTube, so you can watch whenever you would like. I would love if you would hit that subscribe button, if you would hit that like button, and if you would share this with your friends. This is becoming intentional about your day, about your life, about who you want to be, and you can be anybody you want to be. If you want to be angry today, you can be that person. If you want to show up powerfully today, you can be that person. If you want to go out and be a Wonder Woman, you go out and be Wonder Woman. You can be whatever and whoever you want. That is your right. Hold it, hold yourself to that, and have fun with it. Have fun with it. There is no rejection. The world is working for you, not against you. I am Jen Sugarmeyer. It is Friday, and I will see you back here on Monday. Don't forget, if you have a topic, you can go out to higherinheels.com. You can find me there, and I will see you on Monday. Have a beautiful weekend. Make sure to add in some self-care.